So it looks like we got a little snow this weekend. Well, actually it's Tuesday, so I think the snow started on Sunday, hit mostly overnight, Sunday, Monday, and then, yeah, here we are Tuesday. You can probably hear it's a little crunchy snow. Although when we looked out back yesterday, once the wind started picking up, it almost felt like it was kind of like that soft, damp snow. Because there's a tree that overhangs our back. Our back and the back deck, and the tree kept getting lower and lower. But when the wind picked up, a lot of that snow would almost just fall off. Yeah, it's still, I think it feels like temperature is in the mid-teens. It's not too much of a breeze out, so it's definitely not the wind. New York runners are hardcore. Yeah, I really wish that lamppost was on over there. Always a nice picture. Get the lake here in the foreground with the park right behind it, and then the big glass skyscrapers on the other side. It's very blue today. I think they were talking about more snow coming in upstate New York today, another 4 or 5 inches. I don't think that's called for here in the city. It was funny. Yesterday we were looking for dinner. We thought we'd have it delivered. You know, the folks that are out delivering today, you want to get them to work. It's these local New York neighborhood economies that you want to keep going. So we looked for dinner, figuring it'll be really busy for delivery. We looked for dinner like around 4:30 in the afternoon yesterday. And the only thing that was available was for pickup. So all the restaurants were still open. You can go and dine there, but delivery wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I wish this light was on. So we went back and finished up some work. Looked again around 5:30. and all of those same restaurants were now available for delivery. We think this line in there. We think that maybe the travel ban or the suggested travel ban lasted through 6 p.m. And so around 5:30, people opened up their delivery service knowing that it's going to take a half an hour to cook and it would be backed up a little bit. So if you're going to order at 5:30, it would get to you after 6, which meant, right, from a delivery standpoint, you're following the recommendations by the mayor. That was cool. A nice little pasta dish last night. Very, very good. New York pasta. So last week I soft launch, my AI partner, Alex. I think generally the challenge I've had with AI, whether that's building agents or ChatGPT, that's the Bow Bridge in the distance. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it or not. Is that there's like really no structure to it, which is great. However, if you're looking to do some professional work around maybe some research, maybe there's a new product launch that you're the owner of, and you want to build some sort of like templated format. Hey, there's the snowman. I was going to blend in with the rest of it, but trust me, there's a snowman that you could see, like there's a bunch of like little piles. That was a naughty one. Yeah, that you just wanted to bring some sort of structure to the programs and projects that you're building, especially those that are cross-functional, those that have leadership eyes. How do you present a formal plan that is executive level? And that also helps build a tactical plan for, if it's a product launch, it's crisis communication. How do you build that for you, your team, your organization, the cross-functional teams, making sure that you're getting everybody's sign off that is recommended to get sign off? So the idea with this is to, oh shoot, I wanted to go up 72nd. I think I can still get across. I wanted to get a picture of the Dakota building this morning. Dakota building's beautiful. With snow, it's even more beautiful. I just need to get up that ramp, which I think I can cross up here at the light. Oh, I have, if you're listening to this, there should be images in the chapter. So almost every time you hear me click, click, I'm taking a picture. So look at your podcast player and there should be a relative image there. And there's video to this. So if you're listening to this, I want to see the actual walk, what I'm seeing. There's a link in the description. So you can see all the snow. the light this morning is great. There's a Dakota building. As you can see it through the trees there. It's got kind of like that darker facade, and darker roof. So when the snow hits it, it just almost creates like this white outline of it on the railings. It's pretty cool. So at least that's the challenge I've had when working with AI. There's just not really a lot of structure. And of course, there's a lot of balance between AI written copy and imagery, and I'm sure soon video, voice. So the tool, Alex the tool, is really meant for governance around decisions before any kind of project is executed. Yeah, look at that photo. Like the top and then the railings of the Dakota building. I don't think I've ever walked up this way. I brought the wide lens today thinking, yeah, I could probably get it from there. So it's meant to help govern the decisions. It's not focused on execution. You could think of it almost as, or at least I think of it as, and I use it as an LLM for specific topics that still has access to the internet. Right? So if you're used to using ChatGPT in a very familiar way, then you'll be used to using Alex pretty quickly. There's a command or a request to start working with Alex. Otherwise, you would use it in just, kind of your general way of using it. It all sits within ChatGPT, so there's no new interface to learn. It comes with, I don't know, like 15 scenarios. So I just released 1.1, which was some bug cleanups, some structure stuff, some coding stuff. So that's available now. And then I'm in review with 1.2, which will come out by the time that this podcast comes out or this video comes out. I wonder if I can get between these two cards and those two cards. And those, 14, 15 scenarios with version 1.2 are really the projects that I work on. I mean, some definitely more regularly than others. But the nice thing about this, about Alex, is that I use it. I'm a head of department leader, and I need to provide direction for my team and the partners that we work with. And so the tool is built for me, which is super valuable for me. And I'm assuming that there's people like me out there that are struggling with the same thing, right? You want to use new tools. You certainly want to figure out how AI works with you. You certainly don't want AI to take your job. You believe that AI is a partner and that it's almost a dialogue than anything else. And you believe that AI can help you be more efficient. Alex is licensed on a per user annual basis. So purchasing a license of Alex, depending on which model or mode you're interested in, gets you a couple different things. One, it gets you access to the latest Alex, which includes all the scenarios, all the components that fit underneath those scenarios, and online support, right? One-to-one support. Just depends on what mode you need. Yeah, see, this is going to be the fun part of New York, is when all the slush starts to turn to wetness. Yeah, I'm going to continue using Alex. I mean, it's been super beneficial for me. It's almost like scaling my decision thinking and templatizing it, governancing it, or creating a governance structure around it. Yeah, I can tell you that building the product has been fun. Since I use it a lot, I'm updating it a lot. I think the bigger challenge is I'm making an assumption that how I use Alex will be similar to how others use Alex. I don't know if that's the case. However, I have a request system set up. So any kind of features that I'm missing, any kind of scenarios, any kind of components, then I'll do my best to update them. I generally am planning for major updates quarterly. at least from a scenario and components standpoint. So you can think of scenarios as the projects, like crisis communication. And then the components underneath that scenario would include, whatever the tactics are to help support that. In addition to that, say you ask Alex to help you govern a crisis communication plan. It's not going to write anything for you. It explicitly does not write anything for you. However, it will build all the necessary decision frameworks to make sure that you're covering at an executive level anything that's needed within a crisis communication. So you can get it, or you can read more, or you can learn more and read more at hialex.cc, hialex.cc. I'll put a link in the description too.